Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast again. Where are the women? Conversations about women in the music business. Today, as always, we have a new guest, and today we have Nicole Din, and she's a producer, and I want her to introduce herself. Hello, Nicole.
Hi, thank you for having me on. So I'm Nicole. I am a sound engineer, producer, and composer currently based in London at the moment.
Great. Thank you for coming to this podcast. And yeah, we want to talk about the women and how they have felt in the music business. So, how have you felt as a woman in the music industry in general?
Oh, so as a woman in the music industry, quite new to I'm quite new to the pop music industry as a whole because I came from a classical music background. But as a woman, I've felt pretty welcomed so far. Like a lot of people I've met have been really supportive. Everyone's been really open to collaborate and give advice. And if I don't know something, I kind of go to one of the other producers or a songwriter, and I'm just like, "Hey, how would you do this?" And they've always been really helpful. I mean, I've not really seen much of the music industry because I'm still trying to explore and like get myself out there a lot more. But from what I've seen so far, especially with organisations that I've gone to, such as Amplify Her and networking nights I've been to, they've all been amazing. They've treated me really well, and they've been really nice to talk to.
Okay. And as a woman producer, have you felt discriminated at any time?
Yes and no,
Okay.
but not like blatant discrimination or like intentional discrimination. I have had in the past where like people were kind of like, oh, here, let me do something, let me show you how to do this kind of thing. And I do get that it comes from a place of care. Like I do understand that in their mind they feel like they're helping, but sometimes it does feel like that it's not actually really helping, because even though I'm getting a demonstration, I can't. I mean, me personally, I kind of learn by being really hands on and doing it myself, and I have someone kind of helping me out but not doing it for me. So I've had a couple of experiences where it's just like I've kind of, it's not been like malicious, but I've kind of just stood there and I've thought to myself, if I don't, if you do it for me, how am I gonna learn?
Okay.
But none of it's been blatant, because I'm on a course full of guys. Like I'm the only woman on my course, but everyone's been, well, like all the guys, they've been really supportive of kind of my journey so far, and I've never really felt like oh, I'm the only woman in a room full of men. Although it did feel like that to start with, but it was more kind of my own. It was more my own kind of anxiety rather than actual like any discrimination. But as time went on, I just kind of got used to being the fact, they're basically my colleagues, or like I work with them. They treat me like, I feel like they treat me like an equal, and I really do appreciate that.
Okay, that's great. And what about outside the university?
So outside the university, because I go to quite a lot of like film networking nights, people seem really excited that I'm a sound engineer.
Okay.
A lot of directors and screenwriters that I've spoken to in the networking nights, for example, like Rain Dance, or there's another one. I've forgotten the name, but it will come back to me. Whenever I go to those networking nights, they always seem really excited that I'm a woman doing sound. So because there's not really many people who want to go into like sound post production in the first place.
Okay.
There's less so women who want to go into it. So when I come along, they're like, oh my god, like, what do you know? Like, can I get you on a project or something like that? And it's really cool.
Okay, good. And when you have been in these networking events, have you seen a lot of women producers, or is it more men?
I will be honest, it is for sound and music. It is mainly men.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of women like songwriters, but I've not really seen many producers or
Okay.
women like sound engineers or sound designers at the networking lights.
Okay. Do you have any idea why that happened?
Oh, I think because stereotypically doing AV tech seems like a very like masculine kind
Okay.
of very masculine kind of role. Like I was before I started Nottingham Trent University, I'm not going to say exact statistics because it's been a while since I looked into them, but I was I was researching how many women were going into sound engineering because I was applying for a grant that basically helps women in underrepresented areas, and I'm pretty sure it was like a very small percentage of listed producers on like the Billboard like top 100 are women or people who are non-binary. And I thought when I looked at that, I thought it was really really interesting. But then when you look online as well, there are a lot of men who are into like production and like AV, and I feel like it's just kind of that I feel like it's that stereotype because it seems like such a quote unquote demanding job. A man could quote unquote handle it much better, whereas you know what, a woman can do it just as well, and I feel like the tides are slowly shifting. Um, I feel like tides are slowly shifting, but I think there needs to be there needs to be more time for like awareness for women in AV to be noticed and like recognized.
Okay. And that's why there is a grant or for like women to study technical masters or
Yeah. So I'm on a partial scholarship for NTU at the moment, and it basically it's for women in underrepresented areas, as I mentioned, but it's for women who are looking specifically to do a Master of Arts, which is like more the humanities kind of side, or like social sciences side, or Master of Sciences. And Master of Sciences in the UK, that's very people probably already know this, but it's for like STEM topics. So anything to do with like sciences, technological degrees, engineering degrees, music, maths degrees, not music. And my degree is an MSc because it's an engineering and tech degree. So
okay.
when I was doing my research and doing my application for my grant, they asked in particular to write an essay or a short essay, basically explaining how women are underrepresented and like what is it on your course that you're looking to do. So I put on my application that I'm looking to try and help encourage more women to go into AV tech and just explore that a bit more, because it's not just a man's job. Anyone could do it. Like not anyone. You need training. You need a lot of time and experience. But if you really put your mind to it, and if you're really committed, anyone regardless of gender could do the job.
Great. Yeah, I know everyone like we can do it also.
Exactly.
And what about when you have had interviews? Do you feel you have been treated in a different way? Do you think you're treated the same way?
Okay, so I'm thinking based on my experiences of interviews. So I'm still looking for AV jobs at the moment. However, I've had a couple of freelance gigs, and when I've like pitched myself and kind of pitched my experience, being like, hey, I've done an installation at uni during my undergrad degree. I've done a bit of live tech for events. I've also done a bit of radio. Most of the time they've been quite professional. Like I've not really experienced any discrimination on that front. And in my like professional life, because I'm also looking for a full-time job so I can stay in London, a lot of times I just get asked the standard questions like, tell me a bit about yourself, tell me about tell me about an experience that demonstrates X, Y, Z skill. Like, have you ever had experience working within a team? What's your experience working with like a certain technical skill? So I've always found it to be quite professional on that front.
Okay, that's great. That's good to know. So about your research that you do before like applying to this scholarship, have you discovered that it has changed during the time? Like now there are more women in producing, or what do you think?
So I haven't done a bit of research in a while. I need to try and keep on top of that. But because I felt like when I came into doing sound engineering in the first place, because I was quite new to it, I didn't really know what the ecosystem was like. Because I came from Cardiff originally, and a lot of the sound technicians is very male centric. So I was kind of operating from my own kind of bias. But then when I moved to London, I heard about like Amplify Her, and there's like events for like women who want to go into tech. I know there was an event with the Association of Sound Designers where it was for like women in tech. I feel like it kind of made me realize, oh wait, there is actually more being done for women and people who are non-binary than what I thought there was. So I felt like I was operating from my own bias, and I just needed to kind of explore the industry a bit more to see what was actually going on.
Okay, so you think it's changing now?
I think so. I think so slowly. Yes.
Okay, great. So if people don't know about it, like Amplifier is an organization about women, and they do like a lot of networking events, coffee meetings, open mics, songwritings, like different events just for women. So like to empowerment and also give them a space to be success in this music industry. And you mentioned another one. What was the other one?
It was the Association of Sound Designers.
Okay. And there is a special
it
part for women?
It is membership based. So I think it's like £35 for students, and like £70 for people who are working in the actual industry. But there was an event, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was either that or February, and they had like a, I can't remember the exact name of it, but they had an event where it was like women in tech were basically showing off like how to get into like theatre tech and kind of their processes, and I think there was like a discussion, there was like a panel as well. But I know through that association they do events, and I have seen stuff pop up for that.
Okay, that's nice. There is also Ladies of the State.
Yes.
Yeah, that one also is just for women, and that one is free. Networking events once per month. Once a year, they do also like master classes where you can learn about different things in the music industry. They are more focused like on theater and music, but it's also a good event to get to know other women. So yeah, and according to your experiences, what would be your best advice to women who wants to be producers?
So what I'd say for women with producers, I'd say just go out and explore. Like have a lot of fun with it. Do your research, especially if you want to get into like AV tech or like studio recording. But if you're gonna go out into it, obviously the industry is quite big, but don't feel intimidated by it, because a lot of people, if you ask, a lot of people will be willing to help you and kind of like be able to give you advice on how to like work on something that you're working on at the moment. I've seen it from my experience. If I don't know something, I'll just speak to one of the guys on my course, and they'll kind of sit me down and then kind of go through it, which is quite nice. But yeah, if you're a woman, if you want to go into sound tech, enjoy it. Like have fun, have fun, go out there and just be creative.
Okay. Nicole, thank you so much for your time and for being here in this podcast. And yeah, for all the women in the music industry, we started saying, where are the women? So the women, we are here supporting each other, helping each other, so we can grow in this music industry and we can be successful. So as you can see, there are many women who are working in this industry and they are being successful. So if you have any question or any comment, please, and you can ask anybody. Most of the people are really willing to help. Thank you, Nicole, once again.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our podcast, Where Are the Women? Conversations about women in the music industry.